Hepzibah, do you want to introduce us?
Welcome back, everyone. This is week 2. Just going to let somebody else in. I just want to thank you for joining this live show with Patrina and Ronald. And I know some of you may know Patrina and Ronald, but I'll just share a little bit about how I met Ronald and Patrina. It was a few years ago now. I can't believe how the time's flown. That they were doing this live in an office in East London, and they talked about something that my mother had going on in her eyes, and I thought it was something that she was born with, but it wasn't. I discovered it was something to do with too much sugar, too much salt, and it would lead to dementia. And in the end, my mother did have dementia. So I took notes, and then I decided that I needed to book my own consultation. And from there, you know, the rest is history. And today they're going to talk much more about your health, and I'll let them explain what they're going to talk about today. So just get your pens and paper out and just enjoy the moments that we have. There will be a Q&A at the end, so you can get all your questions answered, I should say, at the end. Okay, welcome, Ronald and Patrina.
Okay, thank you very much, Hepzibah. And yeah, there'll be Q&A in the end. I've seen actually some questions typed by Cindy and some others. We'll answer those at the end as well. So what I'm going to do is just start sharing my screen.
There we go.
Okay, can you all see this screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That photo was taken about 4 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 years ago in our garden.
In our garden. Can you see this? Can you see the skin we've got on there? Can you see the quality of the skin? You know, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still look the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne.
We haven't aged at all, you know. So.
And I still look the same as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So just to let you know that we're recording this webinar. So just for, you know, the data protection, we're just going to say that you're going to consent to our recording. We're going to be uploading this on our Facebook page, which is recorded live right now, and also on our YouTube channel. So I hope nobody objects to that. Right.
Wonderful.
Okay. And also because we are presenting on health, this is just a general disclaimer saying that, you know, we are presenting this for informational purposes. Obviously, we can't diagnose, you know, like any illnesses that you may have remotely. Yeah. So please do come and see us if you want to have a much more detailed consultation. So for now, this is just educational purposes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't actually post anything. Sorry to interrupt you. I can't post anything on Facebook because I've been blocked for 1 month.
All right. Okay.
You too.
I put some truth on it, and they didn't like it.
Yeah. This is the thing. So anyway, who's this for? Open-minded people like yourselves. You've obviously turned up, so you're keen to listen and willing to listen to new things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're seeking natural solutions to any of your health concerns or any health concerns that you know someone else has, if you're willing to put in some effort, because obviously this is not like a quick fix. If you've had a problem for some time, you don't expect it to be, you know, fixed overnight, because the illness that has happened to you or to someone else, it's taken years or months to build up. So don't expect a quick fix overnight. You need to be patient. And obviously you also need to take responsibility for your own health as well. We've come across a lot of people who may say, you know, oh, I've reached 20, 25, this is the time I should be getting this illness, and I've reached 40, this time I should be getting this illness. However, it's not true, because it's only your genes play just a part of it. So you can actually prevent or reverse whatever bad genes that you may have in your family.
If I can just make a very interesting comment. The human body, I discovered that for years and years of work. The human body consists of 1/3 genetics, 1/3. Okay, so 1/3 of your body is genetics from your parents, grandparents, and so on. 2/3 is what you feed it. Okay, what you feed it. Now, people always blame the genetics for their eye problems or their constipation, their heart problem, but you can actually work your systems and get the right advice, and you can actually beat your genetics, right? And you can do it. And I've done it myself. I know what it's like. So the more you understand that you've got massive control of your own health, and of course you can't be expected to understand everything. That's why you come to people like us. We've been doing it for 40, 50 years. So we understand the actual quality of responsibility for your own health. Make sense? Right? And that's where it comes about, is you've got to take that responsibility, because if you don't, and you get sick, you're going to end up in some big pharma type of system, and you're just going to be on drugs for a long, long time. You don't want to get on drugs. There's always answers instead of drugs.
Okay, so who is this not for then? Obviously not people like you, close-minded people, those who think they know everything already and not willing to try new things.
Yep.
So keep an open mind. Those who want, like I said, quick fixes or solutions, or who want to carry on the same lifestyle, we may be recommending certain changes or certain things that you may have to take. So bear that in mind. Or those who are happy to carry on taking your chemical medications or creams. And like I said, those who say, you know, I'm too old or too late to actually even try to change. So if you would like to continue suffering, then that's really down to you. Okay. So who are we, Katrina and Ronald? We have been known to be Europe's most trusted energy boosting solutions. That's what someone told us. We've between us over 5 decades of helping others achieve the wellness results that they have been searching for, the natural wellness results.
If you look at that picture, if you look behind the picture, can you see all the trees and the bushes? Right? That was taken in our back garden. And that's where we grow a lot of our own organic food. So that's a good start there.
Okay. Yeah, and I see your hand, but we'll sort of like answer all the questions at the end. So just either write them down in the chat or have in a notebook. We'll unmute you later on to answer those questions. So who do we typically work with? Typically our audience is women who either own their own businesses or maybe like busy moms between 45 and 55 years old, who are struggling with low energy levels, facing stress, who want to improve their productivity and obviously feel fantastic every day. Saying that, like I said, we typically work, so we are aware that there are some men in the group as well, so you're welcome as well. We're going to teach you. So what, as I said, just keep an open mind so that you can absorb what we're going to be sharing with you. So the question is, have you, and this is more for the ladies, however, I'm sure men, you do put some cream on your face as well. So the question is, have you ever wanted to be comfortable in your own skin and not have to wear so much or any makeup, right? Would you like to be comfortable in allowing yourself to be seen when you wake up? Now, this is quite an important one because we've come across a lot of ladies who, I mean, this is not exaggeration. I've actually heard it myself. The lady will make sure the husband or the partner sleeps before she does, so that she can take off her makeup and then wake up early before he wakes up to put on the makeup, because he doesn't really know how she looks like in real life, right? So that's the story.
I came across an American woman, and she was made up like you wouldn't believe, right? Anyway, when I had a bit of a chat, guess what she said? She said to me, I never let my man see me in the morning without my makeup, right? So she would do exactly what Katrina just said. She would put the makeup on, you know, before going to bed, and then in the morning she'd clean it all up and put it on again. So her husband never really saw what she looked like naturally. I'd be asking questions.
Yeah. Okay, so would you like to spend less time obviously getting ready, because all of us are, you know, like very busy these days, getting ready. Spend less time, you know, removing your makeup before you sleep, right? And also not to have to carry so much makeup or, you know, wear so much makeup. So if you answered any of these questions, then this session, you'll find it very useful. Okay, now, what are the benefits of being comfortable in your own skin? First of all, obviously, you'll feel more attractive, more confidence. You'll have more confidence. Just like, for example, if you're going for, say, a job interview or a meeting, I'm sure you would like to look confident and feel attractive, right? So, and then obviously because of that, you will possibly get the job or be employable. You'll feel great within and obviously be presentable as well. So now this is something, I'd like to share a story. When I was probably around in my teenage years, I had some eczema on my skin, sort of like in the joints of my skin. And I remember my mom took me to this so-called skin specialist, and I still remember, you know, when you're at that age, you absorb everything, right? So I had some sort of like, it was like a bit of like pimples, like in joints of my skin, and my mom took me there, and that skin specialist, the way he treated me, it was like I was going to pass on that disease to him. And he never even showed me what the skin looks like what you're seeing here. All he did was, here, have some steroid creams, put it there when it's there, and it'll be gone in a few days. That was the only explanation this so-called skin specialist gave to me. So what we're going to do here is we're going to explain a little bit more deeper how the skin is, and that's the diagram of the skin. Do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, well, if you see, most people would not have a clue about what is actually happening below the skin. That's what we're talking about, below the skin, right? If you look carefully, you're talking about subcutaneous tissue. You're talking about the little arterioles, the muscle, sweat glands, capillaries, nerve. In other words, your skin is your largest organ. Your largest organ. So you've got to feed your skin very, very well through having your digestive system in superb order. And when you do that, your skin is going to glow. It takes, as you can see from the depth of that diagram, it takes quite a while for the nutrition to travel from your inside digestive system to feed into the outer layer of the skin. It could take 3 months, 4 months, but what you're going to understand, the moment you eat properly, within minutes of eating, your body's already digesting the food, and it's creating new skin, but it's creating slow. So the skin build up is actually from where you said the muscle and the artery. That's where it's being built first, and then it goes up to the dermis, feeds the nerves, feeds the epidermis, feeds the nerve endings, and the glands, the sebaceous gland, and then at that point, your skin starts to glow, right? It takes quite a while. But if you've been putting makeup for a long time, it could take you as long as 6 to 8 weeks for the skin to actually show that glowing skin. But once you get it, you can keep it for 30 to 40 years or more. Fantastic, right? And imagine not having to pay out a cent in makeup or foundation. It's natural beauty.
So in my example, when I had this skin problem, what happened is it was really the toxicity that was in my body, which was coming out and being displayed on the skin. However, with the skin specialist, what he didn't understand was he wanted to get me a quick fix. So he gave me chemical creams to put on my skin so that the toxins will go back into my body and make it even worse. Although on the surface, it'll look fine, right? So that was not really the solution that we'd be recommending.
Can I just say something
here?
Sure. Just go back to that slide. What happens if you know anybody or you have eczema yourself, right? Eczema or psoriasis or any skin problem, right? Where the reason why your skin is actually as bad as it is because if you look at the diagram that's going to come up now, you can see all the layers and layers and layers below the skin where you've got so many like organelles, like the capillaries, the sweat glands, the muscle, all those what I call organelles, which is organelles is a word meaning a small organ, organelle, right? Organelle. Now, if you look at the skin, the entire skin of your body is made up of all these little materials and components that creates a glowing skin. So you can imagine the amount of skin you've got from your top of your hair to so that's when you get eczema and Alzheimer's, eczema and issues with the skin, psoriasis, right?
Even pimples,
Even pimples, acne, whatever, or oily skin. All of that needs to take time for the entire skin to be fed properly. And because it's the larger organ in the body, it takes a while. So you've got to be patient. But once you start to reach glowing skin, I've had people stop me in the street, women stop me in the street at the age of 55, and they said to me, do you mind if I talk to you? I said, no, go ahead. They said to me, how come you got such glowing skin? Right? People are so amazed by glowing skin because it's so rare, right? But it takes about between 2 to 3 years of work to really get outstanding glowing skin and ongoing glowing skin. So be patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're going to share, this is what our body looks like, right? And one of the tips is actually to drink liquids, sufficient liquids in terms of water.
Yeah.
However, what happens is when you drink water on its own, and that's why a lot of people don't want to drink water, because they said you don't want to be going to the toilet throughout the day, especially in the, the outside where you have to find a public toilet and all that. So when you're drinking water, at first it goes through the mouth, then it goes to your stomach, then it goes to your kidneys, and then goes to the bladder, and it comes out as urine, right? And obviously the darker your urine is, normally it's a sign that you're dehydrated. However, the tip that we are going to share, which some of you have heard us share before, the first secret to keeping hydrated adequately and effectively is to mix 80% either alkaline or spring water with 20% unsweetened fruit juice, not from concentrate. And you can get those, for example, cloudy apple juice, mango juice, or grape juice. And you need to get a bottle like this called Nalgene. You can search for it on places like Amazon. And you will see the Nalgene bottle. It's labeled up to like a liter or liter and a half. So you can actually measure quite accurately how much is 80%, how much is 20%.
Yeah.
And by drinking that way, what happens is, the difference is it goes from your mouth, goes to the stomach, and this is where it stops here. It cleans the cells first. So it cleans all the toxicity in the cells, and then goes to the kidneys, bladder, and it comes out. And with this process of cleaning the cells, first of all, you get healthier. And that also means that you go to the toilet less frequently, because it's the liquid is actually busy cleaning the cells. Okay. So secret number 2, balancing your meals. We talked about that in our last presentation. Your meals should at most times or all times be 20% acidic, and that means either meats, fish, rice, pasta, breads, nuts, and 80% alkaline, which is anything fruits, vegetables, and herbs as well. Okay. So this is an example of the meals that most people would eat if they went, say, for like a buffet, or went to someone's place for dinner, or prepared your own meal. You probably eat some, say, like some carbohydrates, some fish or meat, and then you'll have a portion of vegetables. And what we've been taught in school or the media is, they said, as long as you take 5 to 7 or 10 portions of vegetables, you'll be fine. However, the way we've taught is that you need to have 80% of it as fruits and vegetables and 20% as the other bits. So if you find like you're eating a meal in the example of the photo on top, where I think it's a piece of fish, some pasta, and a bit of vegetable, that will be just 1/3 of alkaline food. So you need to balance it. You need to increase it more. Okay. Third one will be sleep, adequate sleep. Now, we've been to quite a number of trainings where we've heard well-known speakers said, sleep is not important, just keep going and, keep grinding to earn the money and get the life. We totally don't agree with that. Okay, you do need some sleep as well. So the idea is obviously to get a comfortable mattress, pillow, and be comfortable as well in your body. Have an uncluttered room, ideally with no electronic devices. Adequate darkness. So, for example, you just need to maybe draw the curtains or keep the switch off the lights, and silence as well.
Can I just go back to the electronic?
Sorry.
I just wanted. I've seen so many cases of this with people that are 40 and below. You see what it says here? Ideally, no electronic device, right? Do you know how many people I've seen and where we've traveled and so on, they are in bed or on the train or on the plane, and they're on the phone, and they fall asleep, and the phone is actually sitting on their face, right, while they're asleep. And I can tell you that's one of the worst things you can do, because your radiation from your phone is going to scramble your brain while you're sleeping. Now, you need to keep your phone at least a good 6 feet away, right? Don't fall asleep with your phone. Take the phone, turn it off, put it 6 feet away, and then that way your brain's going to be clean, clear. You're going to have a lot deeper sleep, right? And when those people wake up in the morning, you will look at their face, it's like scrambled brains, because because the radiation from the phone is working on, when somebody rings them or texts them, it's radiation coming out at you, and then that's going to cause imbalance in your brain function. So just put the phone away when you finish feeding, put the phone away. Right?
Okay. So the fourth secret is skin brushing. Now you can either get yourself brushes like this. The first one on top will be more for the face, and a longer one with a handle for the body.
Yeah.
So what skin brushing does is it exfoliates our skin and increases the radiance. You may not feel it, but our skin actually sort of like we actually shred the skin as well throughout the day and night as well. So it unclogs the pores and helps the body gets rid of toxins, and also increases circulation and energy.
Now, if you look at the brush, if you look at the picture of the brush, so if you look at the picture of the brush, be very careful that you buy a brush that's got the right bristles. There's a lot of Chinese brushes that are made with bristles that are made with plastic, right? And they're using that to brush their skin or their face. Big mistake. You need to have like aloe vera. It's dry. You dry the plant, and the bristles are made with a natural substance like aloe vera fiber or some other fiber that's actually natural. Okay. Now, one of the things I discovered is you can have the brush, the big brush, good size brush, where you can do your whole body. But if you're traveling, you can actually get a little brush about a third the size of the big brush, and you can use that on your face while you're walking or while you're traveling or while you're on a plane, right? And you can actually brush your face, and that stimulates your brain when you're doing that. And that's about 1/3. If you need to know more about that, let us know. I can show you where you can actually import that brush from America. Right? A lot of the brushes they sell has got bristles in it, but be careful where the bristles are made with natural substance. I've never seen a small brush suitable for the face other than in America. I can show you where you can get it from. It's really beneficial for under the eyes, forehead. If you've got acne, you can rub it away and get the stimulation going and clear the acne with a brush. And of course, after you brush, it pays to have a shower and clean up all the debris, right?
Okay. So number 5, red apples. Now these are examples of the various apples. So you've heard obviously of the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. We recommend at least eating two red apples every day to keep all doctors away. I have a poster as a joke in our clinic. It's a poster of a very cute doctor. So it says, however, if the doctor is cute, then forget about the apples, right? That's just a joke, okay? So eat a variety of apples every day. So the sort of varieties you can get are Brabant, Cox, Gala, Golden Delicious, Honey Crisp, Jonathan, Pink Lady, and Red Delicious. You can look up all these apples. So what we recommend is, for example, if you're buying for yourself, going shopping, we would say buy 6 apples, 2 of each kind, a variety, and eat those for 3 days, and then buy the next lot. So if you're shopping for more than one person, then you buy accordingly the quantities.
Whilst we're on the subject of apples, I saw that evident in Australia where they've designed a system called CA, controlled atmosphere. So when the apples are in plenty session, and they can actually get the apples, the surplus apples, and put it in these big warehouses, and control the atmosphere so the apples can be sold the next season. So often when they say fresh apples, fresh food, the apples could be 8 months old, 9 months old, right? So what you need to be very careful is eat the red apples that are in season, right? Like that's when you eat, that's when you buy those apples. Ideally, if you've got your own apple tree and it produces apples around July, August, that's the best way to eat fresh apples. Because like any fruit, like any vegetable, if it's picked off the tree, within minutes of being picked off, they start to lose the antioxidant factor, the freshness, it loses vitamin C and so on and so on. So although the apple may look really good, there's nothing like biting in a crisp apple you pick off your own tree. It's fantastic for your health, right? So only buy apples that are in season. Ask the farm people, is this in season? And they'll tell you. And then that's the one you buy, okay?
And also the other thing to make sure is that when you eat an apple, don't peel the apple because a lot of nutrients are just under the skin. And that applies also to other fruits where you can actually eat the skin. For example, like grapes, you should be eating the skin as well.
Yes.
And obviously eat the apple as soon as you can rather than cut it and leave it because it oxidizes as well.
I can tell you an amazing story. I met a lady in Melbourne, in Australia, and she was actually a farmer's daughter, and she was born in Tasmania, which is the little island off the coast of Australia, right? And I thought she was about 50, right? I looked at her, I think she was about 50. She was actually 79 years old, right? And I said to her, what is the secret to such a wonderful skin? And I said, I thought you were about 50. She said, no, I'm 79 years old. I went, wow. And turns out that from the moment she could eat, her mother and the father who ran the orchard in Tasmania. It's a great place to grow apples in Tasmania, right? So the climate's perfect. They would give her 2 red apples every single day from the time she could start eating. 2 red apples every day. So she kept that habit, got married, kept that habit with her own kids, and they were incredibly healthy looking. And it was 2 red apples every single day, fresh. And I thought, what an amazingly easy way to keep glowing skin. So this is why we're giving it a hint. Okay. Yeah.
So last but not least, the 6th secret is,
yes,
as we said, sleep again. Now sleep, you need to achieve what we call the theta level of sleep. There are 4 levels. Firstly, alpha, beta, theta, and obviously later on will be coma or death, right?
Right.
So the theta level is basically when you can sleep. Like, for example, if you're having like very minor disturbances, you won't actually wake up. All right. So how to achieve that is you can use things like lavender. Lavender.
Yeah. Under your pillow.
Yeah, under your pillow. There's like essential oils, or like some essential oils. You can actually have it as blowing in your room as well.
One of the best ways, if you grow French lavender or English lavender or both, when the lavender is in season and the perfume and the color is really bright, you get about 5 or 10. You see see the color there? You get about 5 or 10 of those, and you cut it up with a pair of scissors, and you put that inside the base of your pillow. You put it in there, right? And then before you go to sleep, you turn your pillow upside down. You breathe it in, right? Breathe it in like that, and then you turn the pillow back, and then during the night, the lavender will be emanating oil and perfume, and then that will make you sleep like a baby for about 7 to 8 hours. Very easy way to sleep that way. French lavender and English. I combine both. We've got lavender growing on the side, and when we need some good sleep, that's where we put in our pillow. Right?
Yep. So the next tip will be chamomile. Try maybe drinking chamomile tea before you sleep. And this is why a lot of people are not aware. When you go for meetings and conferences and you have chamomile tea, don't ever drink that when you're trying to learn, because you're gonna be
Fall
really
asleep.
calm and fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right. So avoid that tea
Mm.
when you're trying to study or in a conference.
Yeah, in the chamomile family, you can see this. You can see it's got like a golden flower with little petals, right? Look like a little lily, right? What I found to be the most potent chamomile is what I call Russian chamomile. If you can get that from a farm or from a farmer's outlet, get the Russian chamomile, plant it in your garden, and you can use about 8 flowers in a teapot every night, right? And then when you do that, the chamomile will put you in a very, very deep sleep, especially the Russian chamomile. Really good tip for you. Even if someone is unwell, when they drink the chamomile tea, their anxiety level drops. Amazing. So, but again, it pays to grow your own, so you get the freshness of the nutrition from the flower. Okay.
Okay. Next one is obviously night lights or salt lamp. You can get these as well.
Yes.
So if, for example, you've got kids, children, you normally have like a small, very light light for them. So you can have that in your bedroom as well. There's calming light, or you can have invest in like a salt lamp, which is on the right hand side, the photo.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you remember as a child, your parents would have, sung you to sleep. So likewise, you can actually play some very calming, perhaps like classical type music. And we actually use particular music as well, which actually helps us to actually just sleep.
Yeah. I found this guy in America who actually went to Israel, and he was talking to a guy who was a musician, and he had some amazing music. I mean, amazing, right? So what he did, the guy offered him the music, so he combined harp, guitar, piano, and slide drums, and he was able to put about 30 of these CDs on this little gadget. So every night before we go to sleep, we press the button, and it plays that music all night long. It's like a lullaby, and it puts you in the mood when you were like 6 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, when your grandma used to sing you out to sleep. It puts you in that sort of groove, no matter what age you are. And you wake up, like if you have 7 hours of sleep, you wake up like you've had 10 hours of sleep, because it puts you into that very deep theta sleep. So don't get worried about this. When you talk about levels of sleep, you've got the very first sleep at the very top is what we call dozing, which is alpha sleep. Then you go down to beta, right? And then you go much further down to theta. Now, theta is just floating above death. So don't get worried about it. The death part, you never wake up, of course, but the theta is when you're very, very deep asleep, right? And that is what I call the rejuvenative sleep, right? When you're dozing at alpha or beta, that's not happening. You're just dozing. You just barely sleep. When you go down to theta with chamomile, lavender, whatever, that is a very powerful way to get you into that groove where you're rejuvenating, your body's rejuvenating, and that's where your glowing skin will come from.
Okay. And we also do recommend, if you still have problems sleeping, there is some supplements that you can take, which consists of vitamin D, magnesium, and calcium, which will help calm your body and help you sleep deep.
Yep.
And if you want to maybe take a screenshot, that's how you can actually order it. There's a link there, you can order it.
Yep.
And you'll actually get it at the lowest, the best members prices. Okay.
That combination, that's taken years and years of research. That combination of vitamin D, which is what we call a sunshine vitamin D, the right amount of magnesium, 1-to-1 against calcium. So 1 part magnesium, 1 part calcium, vitamin D. They call that formula MagnaCal D. It is the absolute best formula. We take 4 at night time, about half an hour before sleep. Within 3 minutes of lying on a pillow, we are asleep. That is a brilliant formula. It beats any sleeping tablet, right? And once you get in the habit, guess what else it does? When you take 4 of those at night time, we say glass of goat's milk or something, you get to sleep very fast. Plus the next day, it actually removes your constipation. The moment you wake up, you got to go to the toilet, because during the night, the magnesium has kicked in your bowels and makes you go to the toilet, which is very important, because you don't want to be carrying waste around all day, right? So that's an excellent formula. We highly recommend it.
And also in our last presentation 2 weeks ago, we actually explained also there are other benefits to your body having the
yes.
vitamin D, magnesium, and calcium as well.
Mm.
Okay. So just to reiterate, the reason why we've recommended this supplier brand is because it's the only company that we know has in their bottle, on the label of the bottle, potency guaranteed. This is basically means that whatever they've stated on the label, the ingredients, every tablet has that quantity of ingredients, right down to the exact measurement. And there's a book here which is called, I'll show you here as well. It's called the Nutritional Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements. And what this book has done is actually analyzed all these major 1,800 companies worldwide, which produces various supplements. And this is the only one that's won the Platinum Plus rating, which is the highest rating in terms of nutritional supplements.
Yes.
And that's basically why we recommend that.
I was quite staggered when I found this company in 1998. And if you look at the left of the screen, you'll see the signature in the middle, Myron Wentz. Now, he signed off on that. And this is one of the top scientists in the world. And it says potency guaranteed. You'll never see that with any other company, right? So if you're paying money for your vitamin supplement, you want to make sure it's potency guaranteed. You know, when you're buying the likes of Centrum or some of the cheap stuff, you're paying good money, but you're not getting potency guaranteed. So this is why we went for this company. Every product they've got has got that label on it, which gives us great relief, great satisfaction. And then there was rated independently. And so you got 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and so on. And then it goes to bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and this one is the only one achieved Platinum Plus. So it's like driving the Rolls Royce. You can't go wrong, right? That's the way it is, right? So we're giving you some, we're giving you some really good advice here, and that's the one you should be getting. Bit more pricey, but guess what? You don't get Rolls Royce with the price of Fiat. You got to pay the price.
And remember, with our body, we only have one body, right? It's not like selecting a material item where you can go for a cheaper alternate option. So that's your choice anyway. Okay, so that is the end of our presentation. Like I said, we'll take some questions right now. If you want to get in touch with us, most of you already know our contact details. However, if you don't, you can take a screenshot, and that's the link as well. Obviously, you can get all the links to all our social media, like Facebook, YouTube, and all that over there. All right. So what I'm going to do is stop sharing now, and we can answer some questions that you may have. So I'll go with Anne first because she raised her hand. Anne, could you maybe unmute yourself? Just hold on. Okay, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Yeah, I have. I was wondering why I couldn't unmute you, so you blocked it from the other side. That's fine. Question. Skin problem. Obviously, I think I'm quite okay health-wise, but obviously not maybe 100%, maybe 80%. I have, and it's been there for the last, I don't know, maybe more than 5 years. On my right shoulder, just where the shoulder ends, you know, the edge of the shoulder at the back.
Yep.
I can't see anything there. There's no moles or anything, but it's been itching. Right. And I've itched. Sometimes I just want to dig into it, but now the skin is going dark.
Oh, okay.
And it's itchy. I've been to the doctors about it. He sent me to the hospital even. They gave me some packets and packets of antibiotics, which
Yep.
I did take a couple of packets, which it was good actually, because at the time when I took it, I was also suffering from pimples, big acne. My acne totally went and it never came back. But I still have the itch. And sometimes when it starts to itch,
Yes.
it's like, oh, you want to just, dig into it.
So let me ask a question. Is the itch in your actual back, in the back of the deltoid, in the shoulder, like I'm talking about here, behind there? Is that where it is?
I can't reach it, so I have a little hand,
Right.
which I've got, and I just reach it there and I just scratch it with that.
It sounds like, if to me, you've got a bit of mild eczema, right?
I can't see. There's nothing on the skin. The skin is smooth.
Yep.
And because of itching for the last, like I said, 5 years or so, the skin starts to get dark.
Yes.
And I'm one of those people, I hate anything on my skin.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what it can be. You can have what I call sublatent eczema.
Yeah.
And that is eczema that's below the skin. Okay.
Right. Right.
And it sometimes it will burst through, and the skin will be cracked, and you'll actually be, you're not bleeding, but you'll certainly be like feeling the itchiness of the open skin. But the sublatent means it's below the skin, right? So what I would do is I would buy one of those aloe vera type brushes, right, with a long handle, and I would do this. I would go like that, and I'd give it a good brush like that. But that's one way. But there's a very good chance you might be constipated, and that's where your body's showing the toxicities coming out in the shoulder area. Now, that area is very close to the lymphatic system, which is under your arm, okay? And then if the lymphatic system is directly underneath your arm here, and that's in very close region to where the itch is. So it might pay for you to do a program on lymph detoxification. And the lymph organs are very important, because that's where your blood gets cleaned, right? You've got an arterial system which sends the blood to the lymphatic system, which is all over your body, right? And where that shoulder is itching, the back, is very close to the arterial, the lymphatic system of the body. So what you need to have a talk to like separately about what you should be doing to get rid of the lymph blockages, okay? Because and I'll tell you what it looks like. Amazing. So the blood, the artery is like a tube like that, okay? So the blood flows through the tube, but with the lymphatic, it's got a tube and like a ball, right? Like a filter like that. See, like that. So that's where your blood gets filtered. So it goes to the tube, in the ball, gets filtered, next tube, and so on. So often when you're toxic, the blood is toxic in the lymphatic glands, right? So you need to have a very special program where you get rid of the lymphatic gland toxicity, and then that way your skin will clear quite rapidly, okay? That's the way to do it. Other thing that's very important, you start using a tablespoon of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, during the night, like over your dinner, and that can help to get rid of the itchiness. Also, if you can have someone rub a few drops of olive oil at night time over the itchiness, and that might clear it for you. Okay.
Yeah. I have been putting some almond oil on it.
Yep.
And when you said constipation,
yes,
I actually go to from the morning until evening at least 3 times.
Right.
So I don't feel constipated at all.
Well, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Going 2 to 3 times a day does not mean you're not constipated. I tell you.
Right. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah. Now, because sometimes the waste. Listen to this. I've seen this. I've seen the evidence of it. The waste in the intestines and the colon can be as old as 35 years old.
Okay.
35 years old, and it's been plaqued like this. There's a colon, and it's been plaque in the colon like that for years. So although you might be going more often to the toilet 3 times a day, it is still removing the plaque that's very old, right? So you need to have the big difference with the glowing skin and not is the colon is like a tube, right? Okay, like this. And the waist will get stuck in the tube like this. See, will get stuck in the tube like this. So can you see it will stay stuck like that?
Yeah.
And then what happens? You've got to flush it out. So the way we do our system is that the entire colon and the intestine are flushed completely out, and that's what gets rid of a lot of disease. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
We had a case we saw it in Adelaide, where this lady had been a vegetarian for 50 years, right? But she had been eating red meat for 35 years, 2 or 3 times a day. And she had a colonic irrigation. And guess what? After 50 years on a vegetarian diet or food, she was found to have red meat residue in the bowel. Amazing. It blew us off. I mean, so you could have old meat that's been sitting in the colon for years, right? And until you have this clinical experience like we've got, you're never going to, you always have problems with the skin or other diseases. So just check that, like, work with us on getting the right foods, the right elements, where your body will be cleaning through the liver, to the kidneys, through the colon. You know, I've seen evidence where the actual waste in the colon is so hard, it's almost like concrete. And you have to have a very special amount of fiber and foods to actually scrape gently. You got to remember, you can't go near with a brush because you got to scrape gently, where you're removing about as much as a millimeter every day. So eventually your colon will be clean. So you want plaques stuck in the middle. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. I also put, not every day, but when I take a leaf of my aloe vera, I do I just cut a little piece and like grind it and with my hands, and I just put it on that skin there.
Yep. Aloe vera will work, but there we go. Aloe vera is a great product, right? But you're better off to eat the aloe vera gel inside your body.
Okay.
So if you get an aloe vera,
I do drink it as well. I actually scrape it, mix it in the water and drink it. But from the skin, whatever's left on the skin, I'll just rub it on my back.
Have you got an aloe vera plant?
Yeah.
If you've got an aloe vera plant, buy another one or 2 more.
Yeah.
And what you do is you cut the frond, what they call the frond. You cut the frond with a sharp knife. You peel the green skin off it inside the jelly. If you eat 2 or 3 tablespoons of that per day, it's one of the most marvelous things for your stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
It will reduce inflammation very fast, but you can't keep cutting aloe vera if you only got the 1 plant.
Yeah, that's true.
You need 2 or 3 plants, right? So, and usually they give you about 20 fronds. So every day you cut 1 frond, it gives a chance to regenerate, you see?
Yeah,
so 1 plant and then the next plant and the next plant. And that jelly, it's just like tasteless, right? But that jelly is amazingly good for your stomach.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll go on to the comments. Selena said she's bought some organic celery, red apples, and almond butter as we recommended. That's great. Well done, Selena.
Who's Selena?
Selena Green.
Oh, very good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah.
And we've got Cindy asking, is it still effective if the celery is cooked? Ideally, we should eat it raw. However, you can, cook it slightly, but not on high heat because you're going to destroy the nutrients.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll answer you this way. The reason, there's 2 reasons.
I don't really like celery.
Okay, we thought so.
well, yeah, but I'll tell you something.
No, but the only way that I can eat it is if I cook it.
No, that's a mindset.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay.
What you do, your favorite food, chop the celery into very fine pieces and add it to your food, and just put a bit in your mouthful, and that goes down.
Let me tell you why you should listen to me. I think you have a powerful argument. If you get if you don't love the taste of celery, it might be bitter, or you don't love the taste, that's fine. If you chop it up really fine, right, and you mix it, like she said, with rice
or curries or
curries, whatever, Okay, but as long as you keep it raw, okay, raw. Why is this that? Because
Okay.
when you eat celery raw, it's one of the most important vegetables for providing the right amount of fiber.
Yeah.
So the moment you cook the celery too much, the fiber breaks down and becomes too soft. And therefore it cannot avoid the rubbish in the bowel, right? So, but to me, I've learned one thing about eating bitter foods, right? You just say to yourself, my liver's going to get better, my lungs are going to get better, my skin's going to improve. I don't care eating 10 minutes of bitterness. It's good, right? Now, let me give you an example. This is going to blow you away, right? Have you ever eaten a chocolate eclair? A chocolate eclair, full of chocolate, right?
Just every now and again.
Right. Okay. Well, let me give you.
Or a cheesecake.
If you put or cheesecake, but if you put a chocolate eclair full of cream and the cheap chocolate in front of me, very tasty, granted, you put it in front of me, and then you put 2 or 3 stalks of celery, I would take the stalks of celery every time. I'll tell you why. This is what I say. You enjoy 5 or 10 minutes of the chocolate eclair, and you repent at leisure for the next 24 hours, right? When you eat the celery for 10 minutes bitterness, you enjoy your feeling of wellness for the next 24 hours. In one day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if once you think,
definitely.
I eat this chocolate eclair, I'm gonna enjoy it for 10, 15 minutes, but then I'm gonna burp, I'm gonna get indigestion, I'm gonna get constipation. No point, right? I'm not saying don't have a chocolate eclair. Occasionally, yes. But what you should, if you're gonna have a chocolate eclair, have 3 or 4 stalks of celery afterwards. Right? But as you said, put some almond butter with it and put a bit of sea salt, right? And you'll find it's very tasty, a bit chili as well if you like chili. It's very, very tasty.
Or even if you're making like a salad, with vegetables, you can add it finely chopped.
Yeah.
You won't actually feel it, so it's not that bad.
I rank celery in the top 5 for medicinal foods. Top 5. That's how good it is. Right.
Okay, so
I'll try it chopped up really small.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes,
that's a trick. Yeah.
Okay, and mix it with tomatoes, cucumber, with a skin on. Right, you can that would work very well. Chop up 2 or 3 stalks. If the taste really hits you, just do 1 stalk at a time. 1 stalk chopped up really fine. Mix it with 2 tomatoes and 1 cucumber, and then you can put onions with it. You can put fennel with it, and then you won't really taste it. Right. After 2 or 3 weeks of eating the 1 stalk every day, put it to 2 stalks, and then 3 stalks. You should be on 3 stalks daily. Make sense?
Okay.
So
Do you have a recipe book I can follow?
Yeah.
Do you have a little recipe book?
Yes.
We're working on it, Cindy.
Yeah.
Okay, so AJ.
Okay. And just one more question was about the bottle.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Why that bottle?
This
Good
is
question.
the bottle. Okay.
Why that Nalgene bottle?
Yeah.
Why that one?
I'll tell you what it is. In the bottom, this was made to NASA. It was built to take into space.
There's
right?
a triangle at the bottom.
Okay.
If you look at it, it says number 7.
Right.
Can you feel the bottle is really hard?
Yeah.
You compare that to the water bottle, the plastic one that you get normally.
Number 1.
It's number 1, and you can actually crush it. This bottle, you can't even bend it.
Let me tell you why it's important you buy this.
Okay.
When you buy a plastic bottle, I say in even mineral water or even a juice, right? It's number 1. And when you crack the bottle, you get cracking, and that cracking will release diesel into your food, right?
Or the drink, the water.
Or the water, whatever, right? It will release it. So in the Nalgene bottle, I think they call it Nalgene because it's a gene from NASA, Nalgene, right? And you go to Amazon, you order a liter bottle, and it's calibrated, and then that helps you to put 80%. Just show them, 80% water, right?
You can see the markings.
You can see
here.
the markings. So 80% water and 20% juice, and that is a good way to guarantee that the water is pure, very pure, because whatever you drink if it contains diesel in it or some plastic rubbish in it, that's going to affect your liver and your kidneys and your skin. All right, make sense?
Okay.
It's a very good question you asked. And not many people ask that question. Yeah.
So AJ is saying, is it a good idea to make celery, red apple, and almond butter smoothie?
Yes,
Sounds
definitely.
good.
Yeah, definitely. If you
That would probably help Cindy, wouldn't it? Yeah.
yes, it
So,
would.
so Cindy, you can also put the chocolate eclairs in it as well. You can blend it all together.
Oh,
That's it. You're banned. Boop. No. Why did you say that?
Oh, sorry. Take that part out. Cut, edit.
Well,
You're
before
doing
that,
so
AJ.
well. You were winning points. No, I've got nothing against everything on chocolate or chocolate eclair maybe once a week, but always eat apples and celery afterwards. Always, right? Because if you once you get into this habit of eating a lot of junk, like one of the things I see people do everywhere on the tube, they eat the worst thing, they eat potato chips soaked in vinegar and salt. Right? That is a deadly combination for the liver and the kidneys. Right? If you're going to eat that sort of chips, eat the dried parsnips, the dried red potato, the ones that are made with vegetables. White potato is one of the worst things you can eat as a chip. And of course, when you buy fish and chips, the potatoes peel, which makes it worse, and it's made with white potatoes. And the white potato, when you're eating fish and chips, when you eat the white potato with the chip, it stops the digestion of the fish.
Okay.
And all the fish and chip shop owners will start killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bunmi is asking. Hi, Bunmi. She's
Yeah.
asking, where can we get the brush from?
Oh,
I
we'll send you a link.
I'll send you a link. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's the one we get is from America. I'll share the link in the Facebook and
Yeah.
I'll message everyone as
Yeah.
well.
This is the
Can
best.
you use the, sorry, can you
Sure,
use
yeah.
the brush for your face, or do you have to use a different one for your face and different one for your
You should, yes. You
Okay.
will send you a photo of the small one.
Yeah.
And there's a crew in America that sells those two. And if you go there and you mention our name, they know us. You can actually import it into UK, and it's not that expensive. And the good thing about it, if you use it daily, it will last about 5 years. It's that good. The key with it is once you've used it on your body about every month or every week, I should say, you wash it with soap and water, let it dry in the sun, because that way all the skin and rubbish that's on the brush is removed. And that's the way of maintaining the brush at peak condition. It will last 4 to 5 years. That's that good. But if I was you, I would buy 2 of these big brushes like that,
Yeah.
2 of the small ones. And then you can just,
Okay.
and then every week you can just like use it
Okay.
to benefit. And we look forward to getting your feedback on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we've got a question from Loretta saying, is it okay to juice celery with blueberries? Not so much.
I'll tell you, this is a very interesting question.
Mm.
Now, you probably get away with it, but I'll tell you what the difference is. Blueberries are quite sweet, okay? They're quite sweet. And so when you juice celery is more bitter. You should never really mix bitter with something as sweet as blueberries. What you can do, you can do blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries together, the berries together, right? Now, what you can do and get away with it, if you get like a Braeburn apple or a pink lady apple, you can mix that with celery and you get away with it. So celery and apples mix quite well, but celery and blueberries do not. Make sense?
Okay, so that was that. And yeah,
If I can just interrupt.
carry on.
Just so you don't lose what I've just said. If what you can do to really get beneficial antioxidant, when you do a juice or a blend like a smoothie, if you mix blueberries, mulberries, blackberries, right, and say in other words a range of berries, even gooseberries, if you mix that, That is a very powerful combination for your vitamin C complex, right? So if you're going to eat celery, what you do, you mix the celery with a cucumber with the skin on. So you get 3 stalks of celery, 1 cucumber with the skin on, and a beetroot. That's a great combination. Beetroot, celery, and what did I say before? Beetroot, celery, and cucumber with the skin on. Don't mix blueberries with celery.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So Jacinta is asking, what is the best facial wash as we get older? You find the skin dehydrated. I've sent you a link. On that link which I've shared, the Usana link.
Yes.
They do very good skincare range as well. It's called Celavive. Now, again, well, this example, this one is a protective day cream, but they do skin wash as well, face wash as well. Now, the reason why we recommend this is, again, the company has actually done a lot of thorough research on the ingredients. They use all natural stuff. And this bottle, I can't remember, I think it's probably like 20 pounds. You might find it's expensive. However, what I've compared it is when you use other creams, it's not as concentrated as this one. So this one, you might pay 20 pounds. It may last you 2 months, right? If you just use it on your face every day. It's just a few. Well, if you pay a cheaper brand, you might pay, say, 5 pounds. That brand might last you 2 weeks because you'll use more. That's it.
Also, I actually met the chemist and the scientist that designed that formula, right? It took them 10 years of intensive work. And there's not a single chemical, in that formula. The entire range of Celavive is antioxidant rich, vitamin rich, mineral rich, and you only need a few drops, just a few drops. After I've shaven, if it's been a hard shave, I put a few drops of that mixture on my skin, and within minutes, all the razor rash is gone. It's amazing stuff, right? It's also very good under the eyes. You can put a few drops under the eyes, probably because it's got no chemicals in it. It absorbs readily into the eye bags, and it will plump up your skin under the eye and remove that black appearance of the eyes underneath. We use this thing exclusively for our skin. There's another formula that we use, but that's another day. I'll show you another one. But that one's called Celavive.
Okay, so Carmen has shared she never liked celery before. However, she blended it with cucumber, ginger, and water and drank it.
Yeah.
And now she loves it. That's great. Well done.
So what is she doing?
She's blending celery, cucumber, ginger, and water. And
make sure the water is not tap water. Right? Do not use tap water. If you use tap water, you're really negating a lot of the goodness. Buy a product called Kangen water, or use a good clean mineral water or pure spring water. Right? Do not ever use tap water. We've seen experiments. We've seen the forensics on tap water, and guess what? We've seen lots of chlorine, lots of chemicals. We've even seen residues of condoms in tap water. Imagine that. What sort of disease you could be getting. We never drink tap water.
Okay, so Cindy wants a pocket version of Ronald. We're designing an app. We're in the process of designing an app, and we're going to hire Ronald out, right?
Are you making me an offer?
Okay.
I'll have to.
Oh, that would be great. I'm just going to take Ronald out every now and again out of my handbag, and what an amazing gift that would be.
Yeah.
Cindy, are you married, Cindy?
Happily married, 33 years.
I don't want to get shot by a jealous husband.
Okay, so Cindy shares she makes a nice chutney with apples, mint, add celery, and chili. That would work. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, you can add it to your favorite meal as well.
I'm laughing so hard, I'm coughing. we need people like you in this world, Cindy.
Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. Would you recommend taking collagen supplements?
No.
No.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. A lot of collagen is made from animals. A lot of this collagen, even the big shops like like on Oxford Street and they are selling collagen that's synthetic. You don't want synthetic collagen. A lot of the collagen is a mixture of animal, because to get human collagen, it's very expensive, right? So they use cows issues to create collagen with, and it's the wrong collagen. It will affect your skin. Now, guess what? You know what makes collagen? What is the brilliant thing about collagen? Collagen is made by vitamin C. That's how it's made. So if you take a large amount of vitamin C every day, like about as much as, say, 1 gram of vitamin C, we can show you the formula, that formula will create collagen. Now, collagen is very important because collagen is a cement that bonds your cells together, right? So we have a formula that goes 600 milligrams, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. It's got 600 milligrams of vitamin C. If you want really good skin, you take one sachet of that in the morning, one sachet at night. You get 1,200 milligrams of this vitamin C, and guess what it's equivalent to? 40 oranges. 40 oranges, and that gives you a huge amount of collagen. But do not buy very expensive synthetic collagen.
Okay, so I think we've answered everyone's questions. If anyone else has anything to say or ask, or if I've left anything out, please do unmute yourself. And
good evening, Patrina. How are you? How is Ronald? How are you?
Right, thank you.
If you can hear me very well, it's Jacinta speaking. I'm sort of out in the public area at the moment. Quick question. Would you recommend taking retinol? I think it's called retinol for the skin as well.
No, don't waste your money.
No,
you pay a lot of money for retinol. I'll tell you what it is. A lot of retinol has got a lot of chemicals in it, right? And don't think, because you see, there's such a thing as branding and marketing that can fool a lot of people, right? Now, I'll tell you something fascinating. You're going to be amazed by this. Guess where the dearest piece of real estate is in the world? Tell me where the dearest piece of real estate is. Where is it? I'm going to give you the answer.
The States? Is it in the States, Florida somewhere?
No, it's where they sell makeup and foundation and beauty products for women.
France?
Well, no. Well, it could be in France, could be in Oxford Street, could be any street where there's a concentration of things like creams for the face, lipstick, foundation. That's where the dearest piece of the rent on that is enormous, because they make it for about £10, they sell it for 300, right? That's how they work. You're better off to eat a really good set of foods. That's number one. The second thing is use the Celavir. In the long run, you're not getting any chemicals, and you're going to get far better results with the Celavir. I've seen about 8,000 women use it for the last 20 odd years. 8,000, and they all love it. They don't. Once they get on it, they don't get off it. It's that good. So don't waste your money with retinol or collagen, right? It's very expensive, and you don't know what's in it. Get into with a skin structure. Okay?
Thank you for that. I've got one more question.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people use crystals like rose quartz crystal to massage the face.
Yes.
And it gets rid of the wrinkles. It helps circulate the blood in the face and everything. What do you recommend? Because they say crystal is close to us. We've got crystal inside of us. So I just wanted your views on that.
What I would do, I would use what I call salt crystals, right? Salt crystals, right? And one of the cheapest but most efficient ways, if you buy a salt called SEL, S-E-L, and then D-E, and then G-U-E-R-A-N-D, Sel de Guérande, okay? And that salt is produced in the North Sea on the west coast of France, right? And you can buy a kilo for about £10, right?
I've typed it in the chat.
Yeah, and what
Lovely.
you do, you can take about maybe a teaspoon of the sel de Garonne, right? And you wash your skin first, leave it moist, and then you close your eyes and you use that salt to rub in your like this in a circular motion like this, and that salt is brilliant for removing skin debris, skin eruption, and it's very cheap. It'll last you. The kilo will last you about 3 or 4 months, right?
It won't dehydrate the face.
That's a very good question. It will not dehydrate the face because when you're rubbing it, you're actually doing the outer epidermis, right? So you're removing about maybe 0.5 millimeter, right, of the gunk that's sitting on the skin, right? However, if you're concerned about hydration, fine. After you've done this rubbing of your face, by the way, do it under your neck as well. Do it under your neck, chin, ears, right? And you'll feel like a saltiness on there, and then let it sit for about half an hour, and then wash it off.
Yeah.
Now, afterwards, drink 1 liter of coconut water.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the coconut water will be brilliant because the coconut water is a great hydrator, right? I'll tell you how we got proof of that. First of all, we've done the studies on it. 2 years ago, we went to St. Lucia. We were invited to a wedding. We went to St. Lucia, and they took us in the jungle, and they gave us fresh coconut water from the tree, fresh, right? We were drinking about 1.5 liters of coconut water for about 8 days. I'll tell you, we never felt better.
Wow.
Straight from the jungle, 1.5 liters each, right?
Wow.
And we were paying about £1.50 for a litre, 1.5 litres. We are keen to go back there and enjoy that again. Brilliant. You had fresh. So coconut water, but even if you buy little coconut water or some other quality coconut water, you might pay anywhere from £1.49 to about £3.
This is
That's
the one we recommend at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yes.
£1.49, good quality. So
Make sure it's not from concentrate, right? As it
That's right.
states here.
That's
not from
right.
concentrate.
Okay. There's like coconut water, and there's another one that almost looks like milk, and they call it coconut water. And I had I did an error on that the other day. When I
Yes.
bought it, it said coconut water, but when I opened it and I poured it, it looked like milk. But yet it was called coconut water.
That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. Coconut water is clear. It's not milky at all, right? And that's a good brand. The little brand's a good brand.
Yes.
You can have cocoa. You can have Innocent. In a sense, another good brand. But I tend to keep off them because they're about £3. Right?
Yes.
You get two. There's another one called Vita Coco, which is Vietnamese, and that's good quality. That's about £2.49. So I tend to go for the little one, which is £1.49. It's good quality and it works, right? Now, even if you don't do, but if you use the sel de Garonne, don't make sure you don't rub it into your eyes, right? So do it under the bottom, the base of your eyes, and do it on your skin, under the neck. It's what I call an astringent. It will remove all the rubbish from your skin. Leave it on after you've rubbed it on. Leave it on for about half an hour. Close your eye. Leave it on for half an hour. Absorb it, and then have a shower afterwards, and then drink the coconut water.
Lovely.
Okay.
That would it also help with the dark circles under the eyes as well to give circulation?
Okay. The combination of sel de Garonne and drinking coconut water afterwards will help tremendously for the kidneys. And when you've got bags under the eyes, it means your kidneys are not working properly.
Okay. Thank you.
So the more you flush your kidneys with good water, coconut water especially, the more you do that, the less bags you'll have under your eyes. Of course, when you get older, like in your 70s and your 80s, your bags may be more pronounced, but don't get hung up on it. If you're still young, you can put the stuff on your eyes and drink the coconut water, and quite a bit of the bags will be gone. Right? So don't be worried. But don't go putting retinol and collagen and by the way, don't touch Botox. Oh my God. We see women in Australia, they're so stupid, some of them. They pay $300 for a 20-minute Botox course. 20 minutes. And the nurse is making a fortune, right? She's paying £20 for the bottle, selling it for $300, and she's fully booked. 8 people a day. Mad. And I said to her, "You're a trained nurse." I said, "You're not innocent at all." I said, "But I'm making a lot of money." I said, "Yeah, exactly." And of course, she was never going to tell people about sell the guarana coconut water. No, because she was going to cut. She's earning about $3,000 a week using
Wow.
bottles.
Wow.
Man.
The cell de garon, would you recommend just using it once a week or every day?
Oh, I
On the
would do it
face.
once every 2 days.
Once every 2 days. Okay.
It's very effective. So once every 2 days, don't rub it harshly. Just rub it. You just feel the crunchiness of the salt on your face, and don't rub it like if it's like a piece of steel, right? Just like sawpaper, just slowly, very mild, right? And I heard of a case one where this woman was so poor and desperate. She actually used sawdust, and sawdust and what do you call that emery paper, which is used for wood. I would not recommend that, right? Sel de garon is a very cheap, but not nasty, right? It works very, very well. Guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to go and cook 6 eggs, organic,
Celery.
and some 3 or 4 sticks of celery, and some of my Mizuna Japanese leaves, and a cucumber and chili sauce.
I'm coming for dinner.
Joy.
I don't want to get old because I got a young wife. I've got to keep up. Yeah.
Especially with Cindy wanting to borrow Ronald as well.
All right. Well, listen, if everything's done, we get going.
Okay, if you have any more
I'm
questions.
coming over for dinner now. I'm coming for dinner.
I'm coming.
Once this, I'll tell you what we should do. Once this thing is over, this COVID-19, we should all you out from Saturday afternoon have a bit of a barbecue and enjoy some of our herbs and teas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
I shall be in. I shall be a good cook for you as well.
Yeah.
I'll cook as well. No problem.
Yeah. And you'll be able to 10 different teas, from mint to chamomile to fennel. You'll love it. But let's get the COVID thing out of the way first.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so you have our
Yes.
contact details if you need to have any other questions.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank everyone for attending.
Yeah.
We've got attendees from overseas as well. Mabel and I think it's my uncle Peter from Copenhagen and
Right.
Netherlands. So
Mm.
interesting.
Are we running another seminar next week?
A week after.
Week after.
2 weeks time.
Yeah,
We'll run another one. What we're going to do is because there's been interest, what we'll be doing is every fortnight on a Wednesday, same time, we'll
Yeah.
run these webinars.
Yes.
And if there's any topic you'd like us to cover, do just message me.
Yeah.
We'll come
Yeah, that's a very good point. If you've got a particular problem, like it might be psoriasis, it might be eczema, it might be poor skin, it might be diabetes or hair falling out, put it on the channel about an hour before, put it on the system, and then we will go through it and then we'll cover it as part of our presentation. And that will help.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I am losing hair from the front.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's not, you want me to answer you now?
Huh?
What for? If you're losing hair from the front, it's
How old am I?
I don't know. But
I thought that's what you asked me.
no. I said if you're losing hair from the front,
Okay.
you must make sure your protein intake is very high. If I was you, first thing I would do, I would boil 3 eggs every day, 3 organic or free-range eggs, 3.
Yeah.
I'd boil it. That would give you 18 grams of protein.
Yeah.
And the protein in the egg is very good for the actual keratin, which is on the base of your root system for your hair, right? The more protein quality you take, and I'm not talking about meat here, I'm talking about eggs, right? Now,
Okay.
I
can eat eggs. I mean, I've been eating eggs, but not 3, obviously. I eat either 1 or 2, like that.
You eat 3. If you've got that sort of problem, you need 3. Now, one important factor, if you're eating, now you must do it that way. I've done 25 years of work plus on this. when you cook an egg, you must boil the water. Boil the water first in the pot. Boil the water first. When the water is actually boiling, you put the eggs gently into the pot, and then you put your clock or your phone on 4 minutes, 45 seconds. That's now, once that's done, the clock stops, or the clock keeps going, it flushes. You take the pot off the stove, go to your kitchen sink, pour the hot water down there, run cold water on it, just stop further boiling, and then you crack the eggs and you pull it apart. The egg yolk should be still running. That egg yolk is very, very high in protein, and also in what are called keratin, and also iron lecithin. And these are the factors that the hair recommends. The other thing, Petrina, I'm going to send you a special name for a shampoo and conditioner with no chemicals that you can use, because often if you're trying a shampoo which is from the supermarket, there's a very high chance there's too much chemicals in it, and that can affect the keratin inside the scalp.
Yeah, you know where you just put your fingers up on the forehead? It's just here. I mean, I can.
Yeah.
If I can see the scalp sometimes. It depends how I brush my hair. Yeah.
But you need to eat the eggs on a. By the way, when you eat the eggs, to ensure digestion of the eggs, eat 3 eggs, cook the way 4 minutes 45 seconds, and then have 1 or 2 apples afterwards, and then maybe 2 or 3 sticks of celery. All that combination will help a lot, right? But also the other thing is we recommend this as a general, highly supportive for hair, in fact for the whole body system. That's what we recommend. This is the antioxidant.
It's supplement.
It's a supplement, antioxidant, and this is the minerals. Those two are brilliant for giving you a full spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I've been using those since 1998.
Okay.
I created those vitamins for my health. That's the one I've been taking for a long, long time. It really works, right? So that's the two. It's called a set. You can buy that on its own. You can buy that on its own, but together, dynamite, right? Very, very good for you. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just very quickly, one more. When I eat the eggs, I mean, I like the eggs a little bit soft in the middle anyway, but I'll keep it even more softer. Now you've said it. I normally boil it for about 3 minutes to 4 minutes anyway. Can I eat anything else with it apart from apple and celery? Any carbohydrate, like a piece of toast?
Of course you can. Well, let's say but remember, don't do 3 minutes, too short.
No.
It's undercooked. 4 minutes 45. It's going to be exact. Now, what you can do if you don't want to eat apples, that's fine.
No, that's fine. I love apples.
But what you do to get more, even additional benefits, eat spinach with it. Spinach.
Wonderful.
Watercress.
Watercress, Swiss chard.
Okay.
Right? Cucumber, leeks, tomatoes, onions, shallots, ginger. You can have all of those.
So in other words, I can have a nice different types of salads with it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what really works well. If you mix homegrown mint, cucumber, and celery, and ginger, right, and chili, you blend that as a chutney. Yeah. And you pour that on your egg.
Wonderful.
And every mouthful of egg, a mouthful of this substance, right? It's absolutely, especially if you grow your own mint. You can't beat it. It's absolutely fresh as. So when all you guys come, it will be making. All right?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll hand it over to Hepzibah. Would you like to say any closing words?
I'm going to say bye-bye. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks, and welcome.
Thanks, Anne.
I'm going to go to church.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this week. And I hope that all your questions were answered and that you've taken notes down. And, remember to pop an email or a text to Ronald and get your questions answered there if you want to. Also, remember to send next week or 2 weeks' time any suggestions that you would like to have them talk about prior?
And what I do for the sake of Cindy, I will do some thinking about how I can duplicate me. I don't know whether I'll be successful, but I'll try.
Don't do it, Ronald. Ronald, don't do it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Thanks,
Anyway,
everyone.
anyway, have a
Thank
great
you,
night,
guys.
guys.
Thank you both. Bye-bye.
Stay healthy. We had a lot of people today.